Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Jamie and today we're going to be fishing the East Coast. The fishing can be equally as phenomenal, but why I'm all pumped up is for 2024 the guys from Condor Drones have just given me a new drone called the A22S. What makes this guy a game changer? It has an automatic flight mode. What's an automatic flight mode? Basically, after you calibrate your drone, you point this guy on the beach where you want him to go, connect the line, and with one button, this guy will go up in the air, fly your drone out for you, come back after it's dropped, and land. I'm out of a job. It's crazy. Nuts. I'm so pumped up to show you guys. I can't wait. So also on the video we're going to go into a little bit of a grey area that most companies won't talk about, but at Paul's Fishing we're pretty transparent. Magnetic interference and how it deals with your drone sensors and leads to unstable flights. So we're going to touch on some basic tips to help you guys out. So stay put as we go fishing East Coast. Hey young fella. Hey guys. So today I'm going to try and get out with the drone. The weather's kind of a 50-50 for me to be able to get out there. Fingers crossed, but I'm going to do everything I can. I want to really show you guys this A22, and first of all, going to feed me and Charlie. And Charlie's really hungry, aren't you, boy? So we'll get that sorted. All right, we better go, Charlie. Come on. Let's go and see if we can go fishing. Well, my fingers are really crossed at the moment. Today we're going to be drone fishing on the East Coast. Now, the East Coast is one of the most beautiful areas of New Zealand, by far. So I can't wait to get out there. I want to going to introduce you guys to our new drone, which is the A22S. So for those who don't know, the guys at Condor have actually been working their butts off to bring out a drone that basically has an autopilot, I call it autopilot feature in it. So basically what happens is that you set the drone, you face it towards the ocean, very important, and you tell it how far out you want to go. So you got 3 settings, and then what happens once you pick your setting or distance, then basically the drone will actually take off with your gear, take it out, drop it, come back and land. That's going to be great for people who've never drone fished before. So I can see a massive benefit, especially with people, you know, haven't got the confidence. So having the auto function on this drone is going to be awesome, because once you're used to seeing how the drone takes gear up and out, that will build your confidence up over time, and then you can do it yourself. There are some key things you must do when setting this drone up, so I'm going to run you through it. Alright guys, probably not the best day to go fishing. That weather is so unpredictable, but we thought we'll go and check it out anyway. There you go. Okay, Charlie. Well, we had a big storm here last night on the East Coast. And it's brought with it some pretty massive swells, so wow. The only benefit we're going to get out of this today is some great photography. And this little guy, he seems to be enjoying his little walk.
Hey guys, Jamie here. Today we're going to dive into something that every drone pilot should be aware of, magnetic interference and how it affects your drone's performance. So how can you avoid magnetic interference? Here's a few tips every pilot should know and how we deal with it. G'day guys. Drones rely on a combination of advanced technologies to keep them stable in the air and ensure smooth flying, but when electromagnetic interference, or EMI, gets in the way, things can go horribly wrong. On my phone, I found a compass app and it's got a magnetic field reader up here on the left corner, and you'll notice if I pick up a drone, I'm gonna give an example what happens. So the closer I walk to this refrigerator, or say a car or RV, notice how the compass app reacts. And look at the drone, it's going from yellow to red, which is a bad sign. So it's interfering with the drone signal and Wi-Fi, and also its GPS. So if we go back to the remote control, and we'll check our remote control. Usually you'll find you may get connection lost, or in this case we've got compass field. So great indicator of magnetic interference. Wi-Fi towers or cell phone towers, power lines, RVs or camper vans, storms, or even worse, pacemakers, and satellite and Wi-Fi dishes all contribute to interference. Having this app on my phone has been one of the biggest bonuses I've come across for a while. I can go to a location for the first time, just pull out the phone, turn the app on, and if it's got any magnetic fields or any interference, it's going to let me know straight away. Awesome. Rightio, cell phone towers or cellular towers. They can be a drone fisherman's worst nightmare. So I found us a website, gis.geek.nz. It's free to sign up, and basically what this website does has a map of New Zealand with nearly all the mobile towers or cellular towers in New Zealand. So the positive thing about that is it gives you an idea before you start planning your trip to make sure where you're going, there's not going to be no mobile or cellular towers right behind you. It's such a great app, and it really covers a lot of New Zealand. If I was planning a trip maybe up to see my sister-in-law or some friends, they stay up in Cooper's Beach. So if I decided I was going to take a drone up there, I just want to make sure there's not much mobile towers hanging behind me. And there's a couple there, but nothing to fret about. But it's such a grateful thing to know this app exists, so us drone fishermen are aware before we go out that we're not going to have much magnetic interference. And as I said, this thing scopes the whole New Zealand. Awesome app to have. When your drone's compass is affected while flying, it can misinterpret its orientation, leading to real bad scenarios. Tip number 1, check your remote. Your remote will give you an idea straight away if there's any issues. If you think there's an issue, straight away switch it to manual mode And your goal now is to drop any lines if it's still attached and bring back that drone. Take your time. I know it's going to be a little bit scary because you won't have the same control you would normally have in GPS mode. So small, slow movements make all the difference. Even when landing, notice I'm not kind of, trying to land as fast as possible. I'm just taking my time. And that's what can lead to a nice landing, but also no hard hits. Once the drone lands, make sure you hold the left joystick down to stop the motors. Once the motors have stopped, then you need to proceed to turn it off. Now I'll probably relocate and recalibrate the drone. It's always a good practice to recalibrate the drone once you've moved to a new area. Once we've finished the calibration and we've got green lights, now we're ready to go. Maybe do a quick test flight to make sure that the drone stability is fine and I've got good signal. Remember, staying aware of your environments and following these tips can actually avoid interference and keep your drone flying safely.
We just arrived here. Let's have a look where we're at. Rightio. So it's your first time drone fishing?
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to set up your Condor Drone A22S to get the best placement for your fishing adventures. If you're using the automatic flight mode on the Condor, positioning is key to maximizing your catch, so hang around as I show you how we do it. When you get ready to cast, you'll want to place the Condor drone in front of your fishing rod, but slightly off to the side, depending on your preference and the conditions. This is how I decide which side works best. If you're left-handed, sending it to the right of the rod can give you a little bit more room to handle your rod without bumping into the drone. For the right-handed anglers, placing the drone to the left often feels more natural. You don't want the drone right up against your rod, so keeping a distance between 3 to 4 meters to the side plus 2 meters to the front. This way the automatic flight mode can activate smoothly without interfering with your light, and also keep the sinkers away from yourself or people in case they drop. And as we always stress, safety is paramount. Let's start by identifying the front and back of your drone. The front of the drone is always where the Newton 3 release mechanism is, where the battery is always located at the back of the drone. And this is important to know because in autopilot mode, the drone automatically follows this orientation, meaning it will always fly in the direction the front is facing. So with the autopilot mode, it's crucial that the drone is facing directly towards the ocean, with the back end where the battery is facing inland. When you're ready to take off, make sure you have a clear line of sight to the water and that the drone's front end is aimed exactly where you want it to go. Before you take off, just scan the area to make sure there's nothing obstructing the drone's path towards the water. Having a clear trajectory is important for autopilot mode. And remember, if there's a strong wind, adjust your angle slightly to align with the current conditions by using the left toggle, so you can adjust it to go left or right as it flies out.
Another important factor, don't know if you can see this, so I'll just double check, the aerials. Now, with all the new A22s from this year and last year, the aerials need to be about 12 o'clock upwards, and the signal goes out that way. If you have them down like that, like we used to have in our old models, the signal goes down. Okay, so up about 12 o'clock, I slightly open them but not too wide apart, so it's like that. Okay.
G'day guys, welcome back. This next steps may seem small, but it's a game changer in ensuring a safe and successful fishing experience. So before you load up on any sinkers, hooks or line, it's important to run a test flight. This will check that your drone is fully calibrated and ready to handle the rigors of fishing. Why is it so important that we calibrate the drone? Well, if the drone mistakenly flies backward with a heavy sinker and hooks attached, there's a higher risk of it veering out of control, potentially harming people around you or damaging your gear. Right, to start a test flight, we want to make sure we are in GPS mode. To start the drone, we want to pull both levers down at 45 degrees towards the opposite outside corners of the remote. As soon as the motors start, release the levers and the drone motors will idle with the drone on the ground. Gently lift the left joystick, maybe go about 5 meters high and just hold it up there. Then what you want to do is check the stability of the drone and also the directional control. If you're happy with that, bring the drone down and either land it, or in my case I decided to change my mind and I thought I'd hand catch it instead. If everything checks out, stability, directional control and the calibration, then you're ready for the real flight with your gear attached. Remember, a successful test flight without gear gives you the confidence that when it's loaded, your Condor A22S is ready to go without any unexpected surprises. Okay, I'm going to talk you through step-by-step process to calibrating the compass on your drone. First, grab your remote control, make sure it's set to the P position, which is the GPS. Second of all, make sure your drone is facing towards the ocean. What you're going to do now, after you turn your remote on first, is also turn on your drone. Once the drone lights go solid green, you're ready to start the compass calibration. Now you start by holding the left joystick in the bottom center position. Keep holding it there. While holding the joystick down, quickly press the auto return home button 10 times quickly. You'll see on the screen on your remote control compass calibrate once it's ready. Now take a look at the tail lights on your drone. They should be flashing a slow yellow, which means it's in calibration mode. Hold the drone in a horizontal position with the battery light facing your chin. Now slowly rotate yourself counterclockwise until the lights change from slow flashing yellow to slow flashing green. Now rotate one more time vertical with the lights facing towards you until they go solid green lights. Then we put the drone down facing towards the ocean. Compass calibration done. Finally, take a look at the display on your remote. It should now show the battery time, the distance from the remote to your drone, confirming the calibration was successful, and with that you're ready to fly. Right, we've just done the calibration, we've just done a quick test flight. Now all we need to do is have some fun. So on the right hand side you want to change the switch to N mode to enter the auto flight mode. On the left side we got three distances to pick from. We got 400 meters, 500 meters or 600 meters. Once you've made your choice, that's where the drone's going to fly out to. Step number 3, we're going to hold down the home button for 3 seconds until the motor starts to idle. Once the motor starts to idle, it's going to start as a sequence. Rightio, so the drone's going to go up about 45 meters height. Once it reaches that height, it's going to eventually start making its way out towards the distance that you've inputted from the joystick. Now, if for any reason as the drone's going out you decide you want to stop it, just go from auto flight mode and then you're going to switch it over to GPS mode with the right hand switch. Now just keep in mind that drone's going to just sit there until you decide you're going to press the home button, which will release the sinker and start its return home and land for you. But the most important part before you hit that button is that you make sure there's no boats or no one out in the kayak out there. Which brings me back to calibrate and test fly your drone before you take out any hooks or sinkers. If you do that, you will minimize any situations and it will be much more fun. How are you good at landing?
No.
I'm just... One last final key point. Always have the remote control in your hands. Don't put the remote down until the drones come back and landed. If you need to make any emergency adjustments, you can do so straight away. Okay. So, it's designed to land by itself.
Oh, wow. Good girl. Yeah. Allison. Wow.
So, was your first time drone fishing?
Yeah. Fished. Flew a drone.
I tell you, you just made it look like a pro and got a few fans watching you now. So.
Rightio, just arrived. Let's go scope out where we're going to go fishing today. Got brother Toto with us.
Hey, kia ora.
So Toto's been on a few of our other videos, so definitely check those out. As well as was up in the far north with us with me and Case early as in the morning. Man, I can't wait to get this A22S up in the air. Today we're probably going to start around the 350 to 400 meter mark. I know it's at high tide already, so around 7:30 she's going to start to go out. So basically the way I'll do it, if the tide's going to move out that way, I'll probably start chucking it a little bit over there, so she may swing a bit. There is a bit of current out here, so about 300 meters is around 6 to 7 meters deep, but once I get out to 500, 550, she drops to about 40 meters quite fast. So yeah, some interesting things there. So I'm going to go get the gear set up and then we'll start rolling. Toto's setting up the rod. I'm about to do the same. My goodness gracious, check out this weather. So we're going to set up the rods. We've got 2 rods on the go today, but basically we've only come to really have a jam on this A22S out on the east coast, and can't wait to have a jam. The brother Toto hasn't been flying a drone for a while, so I'm going to get him to have a jam on the A22S as well, see how his response is. But yeah, some really exciting stuff. Hey, we're a really nice spot here on the east coast, spot X. So gonna get everything set up. Bait today, we were a bit lucky. We've been a little bit sport with bait today. So we've got a bit of bonito, a bit of bullet tuna. I think we even got some, did we get some of that octopus spray?
You've got some octopus.
Oh,
Slimy octopus.
octopus, some mullets.
Mullets in there.
Wow.
Ready to go. That sounds like a plan.
So exciting stuff. Can't wait to get out there and put those hooks on, get that drone up in the air, get a few aerials for you fellas, and then do some fishing. But it's today's Thursday. Time's probably about 6:30, so nothing like getting up early and getting ready. So stay tuned, guys. Rightio, guys. So we're going to take out the A22S. Turn the remote on first, followed by the drone. The drone's got solid green lights. So up on our remote control, I'm hoping I can get close enough so you guys can check it out. So we got 20 minutes. I'm in GPS mode for the calibration. Also we've got 20 minutes, so we've got 15 satellites. The remote battery up here, it's over here. We're in GPS mode. Distance is down the bottom here, so for those who don't know, height and speed. So what I'm going to do is start the calibration mode. So all we do is hold down the left joystick, straight down, press the home button 10 times normally or until it changes, compass calibrate. And the first thing you'll notice on the drone, the lights go yellow. So that means the initiation of the compass calibration is going to start. So I'm going to put the drone remote down and start doing the Condor dance or rotations left. Hold it straight out. Right, lights are gone blinking green. So first part done. Nose down. Green lights are facing towards me. One more rotation. Right, solid green lights. Put the drone down. Make sure I'm facing towards the ocean. So for those who don't know where front and back is, the front is always indicated by the mechanical release system in the front. It's always the front. The back of the drone is initialized by the, is indicated, sorry, by the battery facing you. So if you have the battery facing you and you got the mechanical release pointing towards the front, the drone always flies out that way. Okay. For any instances, you got the mechanical release looking at you, but the battery's on the other side. When the drone goes up, it's going to fly the opposite way, which we don't want. So very important. Make sure she faces the front. Another great indicator is the lights in the front are white, indicating the front of the drone. The two greens indicate the back of the drone, just for those who don't know. So what we're going to do, now she's all ready to go, we're going to get our bait on, and we'll go through this autopilot mode, and then yeah, we'll see if we can get some fish out there. It's looking very promising today. Can't wait.
guys have a pair of scissors?
She swung around quite fast though, but she gets right in front. Here, I'm going to go through the gear we're using today. So we've been talking about these brand new retractable beach spikes, toe fish. Phenomenal beach spikes. And the ground here today, she's pretty hard. So I've learned a little bit of a trick on this one. So she extends quite a bit, but because of the type of ground we got, I've only extended to a point where I can get it in, and the base is actually firm on the ground, so it doesn't move. You don't have to use the whole retractable part of the beach spike. As long as you've got a firm grounding on the beach spike, you'll be fine. So also today, you got the favorite old Tenacon 1000, proven over the years how reliable it is. Spooled up with 60 pounds. On one of these you can actually get about near 1100 meters of 60-pound braid, so yeah, not a bad thing. Also coming up, we got the 5000 milliamp. So these two versions with the 5000, so you can see how small this little guy is compared to our 10,000, which is about double the size. So we got about 4 batteries today. So Condor A22 battery, so this little guy will last all that plus more. So I can't rave on them too much. So at the moment these are selling like hotcake, especially coming up to Christmas, so definitely get you one of those if you're going to buy an electric reel, whether it's a Shimano or a Daiwa Tenacon or Daiwa brand. Also we've got a 4-piece Tika. These things are absolutely awesome for traveling. So you probably notice something, there's a little bell we use. Kind of saves your neck, so if you want to keep looking up at your rod all day, by all means. But real good thing to have if you got multiple rods. Hard to keep your eye on, you know, the tips. But as soon as you hear your bells go off, then yeah. So there you go. There's another little bit of a tip there. Tell us what he's running through.
Cool. Okay guys, today my setup is start with the reel, the guts of it all. So this is a Finnor 10500.
How long have you had that one for, bro?
And I've had this for a few years. I love my Finnors. I normally use it for my kingfish setup because of the drag system. The drag system, you got 24 kgs of drag, so easily pulling the kingfish. But at the same time, you can also use it for your drone fishing. And the reason being is that with the 10500s, you can fit 900 meters of 60-pound braid. But this today, I'm fishing with 80-pound braid. Yep, so I've got about 650, 700 meters of 80-pound braid. I've also paired that up with my Penn Spinfisher 3-piece SSM. Is a 3-piece, but it's also a what we call a 10 PE. Very durable, very strong, but bang for buck, you can't go past this. So I normally use this for my kingfish setup too as well, easily pulling the kingfish. But you can see we're also using it for drone fishing.
Rod this one. So whether you're going to be doing drone fishing or off the rocks, you need that power to be able to lift those kingies out of the foul so you don't get grounded. So Tota's running 6 today?
6 hooks.
Yeah,
yep.
6.
I've already got one on. Well, yeah, I think maybe 1 or 2.
How's she feeling, bro? Bit of load?
Yep.
Bit of load.
Bit of a load. So there's probably 2 at least.
When you want to tap out, bro, just give me a shout.
Tap, tap, tap,
Tap.
tap, tap, tap.
When you go to the water, bro, with the fish, I'll grab the GoPro.
Yep.
And then follow the water and then I'll put the GoPro under the water. Yeah, because they'd automatically drop the line, yeah, and then it just came up straight away with that. So normally under those conditions, it's pretty cool. You know it's serious when we start pulling up the ice. So these are your typical East Coast fish. Nice size. Be about a 36, 38 on that one. Put another one, a little bit small for our standards. Plus another one, a little bit small. Plus another one. Alright, we're at the end of our fishing trip for the East Coast video. So we've had some interesting time. On the word go, we had a bit of a storm we ran into. But we're still to get some video out. We've gone over the magnet interference. So definitely keep your eye on that one. As well as we've gone over the A22S. The new drone from the guys from Condor. So don't forget to like and subscribe, leave the comments in the box down below, and thank you both for coming along. Now we need to go home, have a bit of a kai and a bit of a sleep since we got up at 4 o'clock. We'll catch you fellas later.